Bravo, radio check loud and clear. If not yet ready, you can depart the lab. Let them know you have doors open at 168.
2212 Juliet, currently at 75th Street.
212 Juliet, Elders Lane, that is a copy. Let's call back Crescent Street.
Copy for Crescent Street.
One and 215 is at Seneca.
215 Mary Seneca Avenue, that is a copy. Next call back is Central Avenue.
Copy Central.
And 220 Bravo, you made it part 168. Your next call back is 145.
O2 Juliet is at Alabama Avenue.
Go to Juliet, Alabama, that is a copy. Proceed to your next stop, Broadway Junction.
And boy.
One and 215 is at Central Avenue.
215 Mary Central Avenue, that is a copy. You may proceed to your next stop, Myrtle Broadway.
Copy Myrtle Broadway.
02 Juliet is at Broadway Junction.
Go to Juliet Broadway Junction as a copy. Your next callback is Kazushka.
Copy.
Twenty-two 12 Juliet calling back at Crescent Street.
12 Juliet Crescent as a copy. Your next callback is Alabama Avenue.
Copy for Alabama Avenue.
And 220 Bravo, that's a copy 145. Your next callback is 103rd.
Twenty-two 15 is at Myrtle Broadway.
2215 Mary Middle Broadway, that is a copy. Your next callback, Hughes Street.
Copy for Hughes.
2230 Bravo, if you're not yet done so already, you can part 174 left. Let them know you have doors open at 168.
Copy that right away.
O2 Juliet is at Kazusko.
So that is a copy for the express line. For your next callback, your next stop, Myrtle Broadway.
Copy.
This is a 2215 at Hughes Street.
Team Mary Hughes, that is a copy. Next callback, your next stop, Marcy Avenue.
Copy for Marcy.
.2212 Juliet calling back at Alabama Avenue.
From Juliet, Alabama, that is a copy. Next callback is your next stop, Broadway Junction.
Copy from Broadway Junction.
What's up, Purple Tower 2222 at 75th Street.
2222 Juliet, Elders Lane, that is a copy. Next callback, Crescent Street.
Copy for Crescent.
.2215 is at Marcy Avenue.
2215 Mary and Marcy Avenue, that is a copy for Jason Line. If your next callback is Essex Street.
Copy Essex.
Seneca Avenue.
2225 Mary Seneca Avenue, that is a copy. Next callback is Central Avenue.
O2 Juliet is at Myrtle Broadway.
To Juliet, Myrtle Broadway, that is a copy. Your next callback is Marcy Avenue.
Copy.
2220 Bravo 103, that is a copy. Your next callback is United Street, Columbus Circle.
.2212 Juliet calling back at Broadway Junction.
2212 Juliet, that is a copy. Your next callback is Kosciuszko Street.
Copy.
168 for the 30.
Particularly for the 2230 is a copy. Your next callback is 145.
Copy.
02 Juliet is at Marcy.
Juliet and Marcy Avenue, that is a copy. Push for J2 line up the next callback, Essex Street, between crossings for further notice.
Copy.
2222 Juliet is at Crescent Street.
Yeah, Crescent, that is a copy. Your next callback is Alabama Avenue.
Copy for Alabama Avenue.
I'll make a 145.
Hey, Bravo 145, that is a copy. Push for local line up the next callback to notice.
Copy.
Point 215 is at Essex Street.
215 Mary Essex, that is a copy. For Nassau line up your next callback is Canal Street.
Copy for Canal.
2225 Mary Central Avenue, that is a copy. Key out the door. Proceed max speed 50 miles per hour to Myrtle Broadway.
Twenty-two 12 Juliet calling back at Kosciuszko Street.
Juliet Kosciuszko, that is a copy. Push for the express line for your next callback is Myrtle Broadway.
Copy from Myrtle Broadway.
2202 Juliet, you can resume normal speed to Essex.
Copy.
Train upstairs, A and D across the platform, and the C train on this track.
2220 Bravo, your next callback is 42nd Street, Bryant Park.
This is a Brooklyn bound B train, and next stop is
Okay.
RTC, what's the 25's call back to Mikey?
25 Mary, callback to Myrtle Broadway.
Okay.
Hey, Bravo,
20
let me know your doors open at 168.
7-4. I'm gonna operate really terribly this run. Okay, now let me chill. Alright.
Twenty-two 15 is at Canal.
215 Mary Canal, that is a copy. Push for Lord Manhattan line, your next callback is Broad Street.
Copy, Broad.
Oh, what happened to my conductor?
Road to Broadway.
2225 Mary Middle Broadway, that is a copy holding for connection with the 2212 Juliet.
2212 Juliet calling back at Myrtle Avenue, Broadway.
2212 Juliet Myrtle Broadway has a copy connection established with the 2225 Mary. Both trains can you clear out. 2225 Mary, next callback is Hughes Street. 2212 Juliet, your callback is Marcy Avenue.
Copy from Marcy Avenue.
2238. Bravo come back at 168, doors open.
238 Bravo, that's a copy. Make part, next callback 145.
Sapling.
Alabama Avenue for the 2222.
22 Juliet at Alabama, that's a copy. Next callback to next stop, Broadway Junction.
Copy for Broadway Junction, East New York.
75th Elders Lane.
232 Juliet Elders Lane has a copy. Next callback Crescent Street.
Copy.
Oh, to Juliet is at Essex.
At Essex has a copy push for Nassau line. If your next callback is Canal Street.
Copy.
Calling back at 103rd.
230 Bravo 103rd, that is a copy. Next callback from United Free Columbus Circle.
Copy.
Little out, Josh. 220 Bravo Bryant Park, that is a copy. Your next callback is West 4th.
Broadway Junction, 2222.
22 Juliet Broadway Junction has a copy. Next callback is Kosciuszko.
Copy for Kosciuszko.
235 Mary, why are you at Myrtle Wyckoff and not Seneca?
This is the
2212 calling back at
yeah,
Marcy Avenue.
Okay, 2215 Mary Brodsky has a copy. Push for Montague Street 2, your next callback is Lawrence.
Copy Lawrence.
2212 Juliet Marcy Avenue, copy for JT line, your next callback is Essex.
Copy for Essex.
2235 Mary, proceed, that's a strike, your next callback is Central Avenue.
Twenty-two 26 Bravo requesting entrances at 168.
46 Bravo, you can depart 174 later, let me know you have doors open at 168.
2238 Bravo 168. Still will come back at 144.
238 Bravo 145 is copy push for local, your next callback's 103rd.
Subway.
Oh, to Juliet is at Canal.
To Juliet Canal is a copy push for Juliet line, if your next callback is your last stop, Broad Street.
Copy.
Issue.
25 Mary Hughes, that is a copy of your next stop, Marcy Avenue.
Crescent.
232 Juliet Crescent, that is a copy, next callback is Alabama Avenue.
Copy.
talking about the trade.
It's a copy 2246 Juliet. Bravo. You still have about 2 minutes before you come apart.
Varsity, put the for J10.
225 near Mossy Avenue as a cop, please hold the train in front of the assets. 235 Marriott Central Avenue, that is a cop. Proceed to your next stop, Myrtle Broadway. Coney Bravo West 4th, that is a cop. Your next callback is Grand Street.
She's probably got some line up at a 168.
168, your next callback 145. 9246, that a cop for 145.
Copy.
When 235 Mary, that's a negative. Myrtle Broadway is clear for you. Okay, 2225 Mary, you may proceed to Essex Street with caution for further notice.
How much smells? How much that's right?
15.
Oh, to Juliet is at Broad Street.
Juliet Broad Street, that is a cop. You discharge your passengers. Punch for a relay called back to relay.
Copy.
235 Mary, Myrtle Broadway, that is a copy. Your next callback is Hughes Street.
$22.15 is at Lawrence Street.
215 Mary at Lawrence, that is a copy. Push the 4th Avenue local lineup. Your next callback is 4th Avenue 9th Street.
Copy 4-5.
2212 Juliet calling back at Essex Street.
12 Juliet, Essex, that is a copy. Push for Nassau lineup. Your next callback is Canal Street.
Copy,
2222 is at Kosciuszko.
222 Juliet, Kosciuszko, that is a copy. Push for the approach lineup. Your next callback is your next stop, Myrtle Broadway.
Copy from Myrtle and Broadway.
Calling back
225
at
Mary, you may resume normal speed to Essex.
594 on the circle.
Circle for 2230 Bravo. Push for 6th Avenue lineup. Your next callback 42nd Street, Bryant Park.
Copy.
Oh, to Juliet is at Blueberry.
2 Juliet, the relay, that is a copy. Change ends. I'm going to head back up.
And forward.
225 Mary, is that a copy? Resume normal speed to Essex. History for the 2220 Bravo, that is a copy. Your next callback is decom interlocking.
Avenue for 245.
2245 Mary at Seneca, that is a copy. Next callback is Central Avenue.
Alabama.
Juliet, Alabama, that is a copy. Next callback is your next stop, Broadway Junction.
Copy.
4238 Bravo 168, still will come back at 103rd.
38 Bravo 103rd, copy. Next callback, Columbus Circle.
September 59th to Columbus Circle.
45.
45 and 2246 Bravo, that is a copy. Your next callback is 103rd from the local.
Copy.
2222 Myrtle Broadway.
Myrtle Broadway for the 2222 Juliet, that is a copy. Your next callback is, let me know when you're bypassing Marcy Avenue and hold there for further notice. I mean Hughes, not Marcy.
Copy for Hughes Street, passing. Hold at Hughes Street.
Until further notice, yes.
Alright, it's copy.
Point oh two Juliet, ready to head back up.
There's a copy of the 2250 Juliet back up to 121st Street. You may depart the lab. Let me know when you reach Broad Street.
2212 Juliet calling back at Canal Street.
2212 Juliet Canal has a copy of the Juliet line. Your next callback is your last stop, Broad Street.
Copy for Broad Street.
235 Mary Hughes has a copy. Your next callback is your next stop, Marcy Avenue.
Calling back at 46th Street, Bryant Park.
Bryant Park, there's a copy. Your next callback to what's 4th.
Copy that.
Broadway Junction.
50 Juliet is at Broad Street.
32 Juliet, Broadway Junction has a copy. Your next callback is Kosciuszko. 2250 Juliet at Broad Street. Next callback is Chambers.
Copy.
2235 Mary Marcy Avenue has a copy push for J2 line. Your next callback is Essex Street.
2222 holding at Hughes Street Express Track.
222 Juliet has a copy. Continue holding the train in front of you on Marcy Avenue.
That's copy.
254 Bravo, if you're not yet done so already, do part 17 for a layup. Let me know when you have doors open at 168.
Train to 45 is at Central Avenue.
345 Mary Central Avenue, that is a copy. Proceed to your next stop, Myrtle Broadway. 2235, it's Essex. Okay, 22 Juliet, holding at Hughes Express. You may proceed to Marcy Avenue with caution.
That's copy. Caution. How fast?
15. 2220 Bronco, Bob interlocking. You may proceed. Your next callback is Atlantic Barclays, or Atlantic Pacific.
2215 is at 4th Avenue, 9th Street.
5th Avenue, 9th Street for the 2215 Mary. That is a copy. Next callback is 36th Street.
Copy 36.
$22.54 Bravo, that's a copy for doors open at 168. Your next callback is 145.
2212 Juliet at my last stop, Broad Street.
2212 Juliet, Broad Street, that is a copy. Discharge your passengers, punch through the relay, call back at the relay.
Copy.
2245 is at Myrtle Broadway.
Mary Myrtle Broadway, that is a copy. Your next callback is Hughes Street.
10-4.
I'm gonna make it West 4th Street, lower level.
230 Bravo, West 4th, that is a copy. Your next callback is Grant Street.
Copy.
Marcy Avenue for the 2222.
2222 Juliet, Marcy Avenue, that is a copy. You're only there for 1 minute because the train in front of you on the bridge.
That's copy.
2238 Bravo, 168, Stillwell, calling back at 59, punch for 6th Avenue.
Alright, the 2250 Juliet at Chambers. First for Juliet line, your next callback is Essex Street. 2238 Columbus Circle, your next callback 42nd Street, Bryant Park.
Down 4.
222 Juliet, you may depart Marcy Avenue, push your J2 line, your next callback is Essex Street.
Copy for us.
235 Mary, Essex Street, that's copy for Nassau line, your next callback is Canal Street.
2212 Juliet is at the layup.
212 Juliet at the layup, that is a copy. Change ends, let me know, ready, head back up.
That's a copy.
2220 Bravo Atlantic, that is a copy. Next callback 36th Street. 235 Mary, reload if you can. Let me know when you're reloaded. 2222 Juliet, please hold outside of Essex until further notice.
103 for the Bravo.
46 Bravo 103. Next callback's Columbus Circle.
Copy.
How's this go?
232 Juliet East, but as a cop for the express line, the next callback is Middle Broadway.
Copy.
Punch 235 Mary, hold at Canal Street for 90 seconds.
Bravo is calling in Grand.
230 Bravo Grand Street, that is a copy. Next callback is Deep Calvin Interlock and push for the local lineup.
Copy that.
Hughes Street for the 2245.
Mary Hughes and your chief, your next stop marks the avenue. Call from Marcy 2245.
That's a copy.
2215 is at 36th Street.
215 Mary 36 has a copy for West End line. Next callback to your next stop, 9th Avenue.
Copy 9.
235 you make Park Canal. Your next callback, Broad Street. Push for Juliet lineup.
2212 Juliet ready to head back out with the relay.
That is a copy. You will be the 2100 back up to 121st. You may depart the lane. Let me know we have doors open at Broad Street.
This is 2300, right?
That's 2300.
Yeah, 10-4.
This is a 2238 Bravo 168 still will come back at 42nd Street Puncher Express.
5, you can call back at Broad Street. 2238 Bryant Park, the next call back to West 4th.
2245 is at Marcy Avenue.
2235 Mary Broad. 2254 Bravo,
Copy.
145, push for the local, your next call back is 103rd. 2245 Mary at Marcy Avenue, you're proceeding to Essex.
Murderbrook Avenue, Broadway.
Copy.
2300. You wanted me to call you back when I was in Broad Street, correct?
Yes, inside Broad Street.
Copy.
50 Juliet at Essex.
Juliet, Essex, that is a copy. Proceed across the bridge. Your next callback is Marcy Avenue.
Murder Avenue.
Broadway from 2232 Juliet, that is a copy. Your next callback is Marcy Avenue.
Copy.
35 Mary you call back at Broad Street.
Doors open at Broad Street.
20 Bravo 36th Street, that is a copy. Please hold as a train from getting to 9th Avenue. 2300 Juliet at Broad Street, your next callback is Chambers.
Copy for Chambers Street.
$22.15 Mary is at 9th Avenue.
That is a copy. Your next callback, 62nd Street.
Copy 6-7.
2220 Bravo, you may depart 36. You push for West End line for your next callback to 9th Avenue.
Calling back at the decob interlocking.
Hey Bravo, decob interlocking, that is a copy. Your next callback is Atlantic Avenue, Pacific Street.
Copy from Pacific.
Essex Street for the 2222.
Juliet Essex has a copy. Push for Nassau line for your next callback to Canal Street.
Copy for Canal.
Twenty-two 38 Bravo 168 still will come back at West 14 lower level on the express track.
Hey Bravo, West 4th, that is a copy. Next callback Graham Street.
Stop.
Juliet calling back at Chambers Street.
Chambers for the 2300 Juliet, that is a copy. Push for the Juliet line for next callback is Essex Street.
Copy for Essex Street.
5-9 Columbus Circle.
From Circle for the 46 Bravo, that is a copy. Push for 6th Avenue line for next callback 47th Street, Bryant Park.
Copy that.
235 Mary Broad Street, that is a copy. Push for the Montague Street Tunnel, your next callback is Lawrence.
2245 is at Essex Street.
245 Mary, Essex has a copy. I'm holding you there for a minute to give the train in front of you some room. .220 Bravo at 9th Avenue, that is a copy. Your next callback is 50th Street.
Myrtle Avenue. Marcy.
50 Juliet is at Marcy.
232 Juliet, Marcy Avenue southbound, there is a copy. Push for J2 lineup. Your next callback is Essex Street. 2250 Juliet, Marcy Avenue northbound. Push for Nassau local lineup. Your next callback is Middle Broadway.
Copy.
45 Mary, holding at Essex Street. Make a part. Your next callback is Canal Street.
Canal Street for the 2222.
22 Juliet Canal, that is a copy. Push for Juliet lineup. Your next callback is your last stop, Broad Street.
Copy for Broad Street.
Grand Street.
Calling back at Atlantic Pacific. Fresh track.
2230 Bravo, Atlantic Pacific, that is a copy. Your next callback is 36th Street.
Copy.
2238 Bravo, Grand Street. Push for the Bravo lineup. Your next callback is Decal Interlocking.
2215 Mary's at 62nd.
215 Mary, 62nd, that is a copy. Your next callback is your last stop, Bay Parkway.
Copy, Bay Parkway.
.2235 Mary at Lawrence, that is a copy. For the 4th Avenue local lineup. Your next callback is 4th Avenue, 9th Street. .2220 Bravo, 50th Street, that is a copy. Your next callback is 18th Avenue. 254 Bravo, 103rd, that is a copy. Your next callback, Columbus Circle.
Briar Park.
2246 Bravo, that is a copy. Push for Bravo lineup. Your next callback, West 4th.
Copy.
Canal Street for the 45 Mary.
Now that is a copy. Your next callback is Fulton Street.
Copy.
$2,300 Juliet, calling back at Essex Street.
300 Juliet, Essex, that is a copy. Proceed across the bridge. Your next callback, Marcy Avenue.
Copy from Marcy.
Fulton Street.
2245 Mary Fulton has a copy and holding you there for 90 seconds. The train in front of you. Yeah, you have to call back at Broad Street.
This is the 2238.
Calling back at
Locking.
36th Street, Sunset Park.
Alright, 2238 Bravo, decall there locking out as a copy. Your next callback is Atlantic Avenue Pacific. 2230 Bravo, 36. Push your west end line up. Your next callback to 9th Avenue.
Copy that.
2222 Broad Street.
Juliet Broad Street, that has a copy. Discharge your passengers. Push through the relay. Call back to the relay.
Copy for relay.
2232 Juliet, that has a copy. Push for Nassau Line. Your next callback is Canal Street.
50 Juliet is at Myrtle Broadway.
50 Juliet Myrtle Broadway, that is a copy. Push for the Juliet line up. Your next callback is Broadway Junction.
Copy.
Okay, 2245 Mary holding at Fulton. You may proceed. Your next callback is Broad Street. Did I copy for Broad 45 Mary?
4.
Broad Street is clear for the guy behind me.
There's a copy.
Looking now.
2232 Juliet, repeat.
Canal Street.
You sure you're not at Bowery? There's no way you got from Essex to Canal that quickly.
I am at Canal.
Alright, 2232 Juliet, you're holding at Canal for 2 minutes. I do not believe you got that quick.
This is the 2215 Bay Parkway.
Brooke disregarded all of the speed limits.
2215 Mary Bay Parkway, that is a copy. You may discharge your passengers. Push for the relay, call back at the relay.
Copy for relay.
Broad Street to the 2245.
That is a copy. Your next callback is 36th Street.
22. Oh, my bad. You go ahead, Free.
2222 Juliet at the relay change ends. I'm gonna head back up.
Oh, that's a copy.
45
Mary at Broad Street. Push for Montague Street. Tell me your next callback is Lawrence.
2246, calling back at West 4th.
246 Bravo West 4th. That is a copy. Your next callback is Graham Street.
2300 Juliet is at Marcy Avenue, punching for the local.
Marcy Avenue, 2300 Juliet. That is a copy. Your next callback is Middle Broadway.
Copy for Myrtle Broadway.
2238 Bravo, calling back at Pacific Street on the Express.
2238 Bravo Atlantic Pacific. That is a copy. Your next callback 36th Street.
94 Sunset Park.
For 2220 Bravo, that is a copy. Your next callback is Bay Parkway.
2215 relay.
Thank you for your service. Have a good night.
Got it.
Calling back at 9th Avenue.
2232 Juliet at Canal Holding. You may proceed. Your next callback is Broad Street. Your last stop.
Copy.
230 at 9th Avenue. Your next callback is 62nd Street.
Copy.
Can I get a time? I'm ready.
2254 Bravo, Columbus Circle. That's a copy. Push for 6th Avenue line. Next callback, 42nd Street, Bryant Park.
Can I get a time? I'm ready to go back up to 121.
You're the 2317 back up to 121st. You depart the labor and know you're at Broad Street.
That's copy.
Two 20 Bravo, Bay Parkway. That is a copy. Push for the Bravo line. Your next callback is Bay 50th.
$23.17 calling in at Broad Street.
317 has a copy for Broad Street. You may proceed. Your next callback is Chambers.
Copy for Chambers.
235 Mary 36. That is a copy. You may push for West End line. Your next callback is 9th Avenue.
Graham Street.
Grand Street. That is a copy. Push for the Bravo line. Your next callback is DeKalb Interlocket.
I'll do that.
Orange Street for the 2245.
35 Mary Lawrence has a copy. Push for 4th Avenue local line. Your next callback is 4th Avenue 9th Street.
2238 Bravo, come back at 36. You punch for West End, holding.
2238 Bravo, 36 has a copy. Please hold as the train front of you heading for 9th Avenue.
Sorry, 300 Juliet calling back at Myrtle Avenue, Broadway.
For Juliet, Myrtle Broadway, that is a copy. Push forward Juliet line up. Your next callback is Broadway Junction.
Copy, Broadway Junction.
Juliet is at Broadway Junction.
50 Juliet, Broadway Junction, that is a copy. Push for Juliet line up. Your next callback is Cleveland Street.
Copy.
Broad Street.
32 Juliet, Broad Street, that is a copy. Discharge your passengers. Push for the relay. Call back to the relay.
Cop.
Calling back at 62nd Street.
230 Bravo, 62nd, that is a copy. Your next callback is Bay Parkway.
Copy.
20 Bravo, Bay 50th, that is a copy. Your next callback is your next and last stop, Coney Island, Stillwell. 235 Mary 9th Avenue, that is a copy. May proceed. Your next callback is 62nd Street. 9238 Bravo, holding a 36. You may proceed. Your next callback is 9th Avenue.
7-4.
Calling back at the relay.
230 Juliet at the relay, that is a copy. Change over and ready to head back up.
$23.17 calling at Chambers.
317 Juliet Chambers has a copy for Juliet line up. Next callback is Essex Street.
Copy for Essex.
254 Bravo, 42nd Street, Bryant Park. That is a copy for the Bravo line. Your next callback is West 4th Street.
Bravo, calling up the interlocking.
Alvin interlocking for the 2246 Bravo. That is a copy. You may proceed. Your next callback is Atlantic Avenue, Pacific Street.
Copy that.
$2,300 Juliet overshot the platform at Halsey Street by 1 door.
Juliet, that is a copy. Key out the door. Proceed to Chauncey, Max 15.
Copy.
This is the 2238 Bravo 168 Stillwell. Come back at 9th Avenue. Overshot half a door.
2238 Bravo, 9th Avenue. That is a copy. Key out the door. Proceed to Fort Hamilton Parkway, Max speed 15 miles per hour.
I'm full.
Damn, like clockwork.
220 Bravo, Coney Island Stillwell. That is a copy. You can discharge your passengers. Terminate your train. Thanks for your service. Have a good night.
I'm ready.
As a copy, you be the 2324 back up to 121st. Let me know when you have doors open.